Hello, everyone. We are live once again with the continuation of the topic which we did last week. Our discussion was, let's say, majorly around 12 mistakes, 12 production mistakes DevOps engineers make. So we finished 6 mistakes so far. In this live, we are going to continue with the remaining mistakes. Just let me know if you can listen to me, and also I'm going to share my screen very quickly. Just please confirm in the chat. I'm saying if you can clearly listen to my voice, and let's give a few minutes so that more people join. I see some of you online already. I hope the people who have joined last week will still join this week as well. I see one of the names, Dheeraj. Looks like you are very serious about your career. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I remember you and there were a few more guys. I guess as soon as they join, I think I can recall their names as well. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining in. Today, let's see how much time it will take. But yeah, to give, let's say, brief overview, I'm going to continue with the next, let's say, 6 incidents. Hello, Jaydeep. How are you, man? Thanks for joining in. Looks like you also joined last week. I really, appreciate people, coming back again and again to learn from me. It's really nice to see you back again. Today's live would be also very much interesting. I mean, and also please try to answer my questions as well if I ask you something in the chat, so that it would be useful for other people as well who are not working, and also if someone else, watches the replay, I'm going to repeat your answers as well. So that would be definitely useful for the audience, especially. Hello, hello. How are you? Yes. Last week, I mean, it took a lot of time, I guess, for us. I was speaking a lot, but yeah, this week, let's see how it goes. Let's see. He wrote something. Your content is top notch and really helpful. Thank you for your efforts. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. It's all coming from my own experience, I would say. It's a bit pity. I mean, my YouTube videos are, let's say, not reaching many people, but I don't care. I mean, if they are reaching for the right people, then that's more than enough for me, I would say. Because as you can see, I mean, I have, let's say, around 4,000 plus subscribers, and many of my videos, I mean, don't even get 100 views, for example. But yeah, I mean, overall, see, my goal is, let's say, at least if few people, let's say, get knowledge from my content and they try to apply in their projects, I mean, definitely they can grow in their projects and in their lives as well. So that's the major goal. I mean, I'm not looking for a million subscriber or maybe 10 million subscribers. I mean, I do have on Instagram 25K subscribers. I don't care. I mean, really, my goal is, let's say, to provide as much as value as possible. So that's the reason, I mean, I started this channel in 2021. I'm not sure if you guys know about that. But yeah, from last 1 year, I guess I'm very consistent. I mean, I'm also learning a lot. It's not like I'm just sharing the knowledge, but see, if I have to come and speak on the live session, or maybe if I have to create a real production incident, it involves a lot of my own time, my personal time as well. I have to research a lot, and also I have to recollect, okay, this is how the problems will come, because see, I cannot remember everything, right? So doing hands-on, I have to first try everything by myself. Then I have to record a video, and in doing the recording also, things will fail. Then I have to edit. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of learning as well. I mean, the only reason I'm able to do this because I'm enjoying it. The day I don't like it, I think I will stop doing it. But yeah, just for your awareness, or maybe for your knowledge, I'm also learning a lot. See, learning is never ending. I think I told it multiple times, I guess, to many of you. But yeah, by doing these videos, I mean, I am recollecting my own knowledge here. I'm also reading. It's not like blindly I can, remember everything and, do it in one go. But yeah, this is very, very interesting. I mean, I like it. I mean, people like you, for example, Jaydeep or Dheeraj and other guys who are, let's say, coming on here and commenting. We can discuss about football today, definitely. Yeah. So I would say, please do as much hands-on as possible. Okay, that's how you are going to learn. I'm going to teach whatever I can, whatever mistakes, I mean, or let's say you guys are going to see in real production environments. My suggestion, if you are, let's say, a very serious learner, I mean, serious in the sense, if you really want to grow in your career in terms of salary, packages, or projects, do as much hands-on as possible. I mean, use AI. I'm not saying do not use it, but just don't blindly use it. Okay. All right. Yeah, one more guy. This guy is also my, biggest, let's say, commenter on my channel. He has 100 plus comments. KV Vishnu. I clearly remember his name, and he also gave me some super thanks as well. He is the only person so far, gave super thanks to the channel. And yeah, he is, let's say, commenting on my every video. He is, let's say, one of the motivation for me, coming on my videos, commenting, learning a lot. He has 100 plus comments, let's say, on the channel. Only his comments. He's the only person I think I continued creating the video. Before this guy, there was another guy, Canon, something like that. Every day, because see, as a creator, my expectations would be, okay, if I'm creating, I'm putting out some value out there, I might expect, okay, at least one person or two people will come. Okay, thanks a lot, bro, for your effort. I mean, I learned something today, new today, or any comment, that gives me motivation. That's it. I do not want any kind of money from you, nothing. Yeah. So it's good to see you, at least few people today. And I hope you guys will stick till the end, please. I expect you to watch till the end. And then I think we can start. Just give a small confirmation. I will just review what we did last week, and then we can continue with, the new, let's just from number 7, we are going to continue. So just one confirmation, please. You can see my screen, right? This is going to be very interesting. Just one confirmation, guys. You guys can see my screen, right? Clearly. I guess, yes. All right. Great. Then let's start. I'm not going to waste more time here. So yeah, what did we discuss? Last week, we spoke majorly about no rollback strategy, and then followed by monitoring everything except what customers care about. Okay. And then the third topic was, let's say, nobody knows what exactly changed, right? And then followed by copy paste engineering. Because of AI, I think we are doing a lot blindly copy pasting a lot of stuff. Just to, recollect what we did last time, I'm trying to review these points. I'm not going in detail. If you missed the last live, please go and watch that. Nobody tests failures. Okay. And then followed by the last mistake was, let's say, no documentation during incidents. Okay. Today, it would be very, very interesting again, once again. So I'm going to start with number 7, too much manual work. Okay. I think many of you will definitely relate to what I'm discussing for this too much manual work. I'll give you a very simple example. So something doesn't work. Okay. In general, what many people, many teams do, like SSH to that server. Okay. Followed by you are going to change some configuration to a particular file. It can be anything. Just assume it can be Nginx or maybe Kubernetes, anything, and blindly do the restart. Okay. And it works. Okay. Because you already changed the, you signed into the server and you did edit this manually, and it works. What happens? I mean, this process looks good, but This is, let's say, hiding, right? In reality, this is hiding from every other team member what exactly you did, right? If it is, let's say, human, let's say source control, then that's a different story. This is hiding, right? So humans make a lot of mistake. I mean, you can comment if you disagree with me, but as a human, I make a lot of mistakes. As a human, you make a lot of mistakes. So assume if some other, I mean, if you are planning to change one thing and by mistakenly if you do some other change, then that's a big loss, right, to the company and to the project, to the team. Everyone will get a bad name and it will take a lot of time to come out of that problem. Okay, so too many manual steps, that's what I say, do not do this. Okay, too many manual steps. So how can we avoid such, manual mistakes? How to avoid? See, majority of the time, my suggestion is use version control as much as possible. Okay, wherever it's possible, use version control. It can be a simple shell script, or it can be a pipeline. It can be your backup strategy, whatever it is. Okay, do not do manually, or do not keep it on your own computer, like on your personal laptop or your office laptop. I'll tell you so many interesting stories had happened with me already, because for some reason, I mean, my laptop broke and I had some stuff. I did not push it to version control. It's gone. It's not that I cannot recreate that. I can recreate it, but it takes a lot of time and effort, right? So that's the reason. Use version control. It can be your own personal work also. I mean, for example, I'm creating a lot of videos. I create so many different repositories. I try to push everything to GitHub repository because it happened again with my personal computer as well. The hard disk, let's say hardware failed. Hard disk hardware SSD failed completely. I think last year I created a video. That's a different topic, but yeah, this is a very good lesson, I would say. Automate repetitive tasks. Okay, I mean, see, as you work in a real production environment, you are the person who knows, okay, bro, this is, let's say, taking a lot of my time and effort. Okay, every day I'm trying to do this, for example, or maybe once a week, or maybe once a month. This is, let's say, a repetitive task. Okay, it can be anything, or once in 2 weeks. So try to automate that. I will not tell you use Ansible, use Puppet, Chef, shell scripting, PowerShell, anything. The goal is just to automate that. Do not do that manually. Do not waste your time. Try to focus on something else. Okay. And not only automation, always verify the output. I mean, see, you can write scripts. See, everyone can write scripts. I think I spoke about this, I guess, in one of our videos or reels. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, always, I mean, whatever you write as a script, think of failures. I mean, edge cases. In let's say, in the corporate language we speak, edge cases. Try to think, write out. Do not write the script blindly. Okay, just write down manually, like in your own sentences. It can be in your own language, English language, anything is fine. Just try to write it down. Okay, this is how I need to write the script. These are the kind of problems we can face, or maybe we can see. If for some reason this is failing, okay, how should I handle this particular script? I mean, put your thoughts out. If someone will tell you, okay, do this task, do not do that blindly. Write it down. It can be anything. It can be a small task, big task, doesn't matter. So that's how you are going to avoid manual work. Okay. um, One question to the audience: what do you think? I mean, which task is, let's say, the manual? I mean, you do manually every week. Do you have anything like that you do? Maybe you can recall and you can just let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is there anything that you guys are doing manually every week or every day or every month? Every week you are doing manually. Is there anything? I mean, if you are a working engineer, working DevOps engineer, SRE, cloud, it can be any role, but yeah, are you doing anything manually? Can you guys recall anything? Health checks. All right. Discuss cleanup. Wow. See, that's what I mean. Even I was doing this health check and disk cleanup. For example, I'll give you an example of disk cleanup. This was, let's say, very big headache, man. I mean, I'm telling you, because see, it was not like accurate. Actually, it was happening in agents folder. If I remember that correctly, 4 years ago, I was talking 4 or 5 years ago, if I remember that correctly. I mean, oh, I was thinking it was, let's say, a one-time job, but it came twice, thrice. Then I thought, okay, this looks like a repetitive problem. There was no option to, overcome that particular problem, if I remember that correctly. But somehow I said, okay, I will write a script, simple script, put it in the machine as soon as, okay, the percentage is this much. We are going to talk about that in the next problem is that only, and it's gone. My job is done. I mean, I don't need to care about this will be full, someone will create a ticket, or someone will come out to me, or maybe I have to log in and check, okay, what's happening. Write it once, forget about it. Disk check, it will happen automatically. It will delete it by itself. I mean, you have to know what to clean, what not to clean. That's a bit, of course. I mean, if you are a working DevOps engineer, you should know what you have to keep, what you have to clean. I mean, that's what script should be properly written. I mean, as I said, put your thoughts out, write down clear script, then it will do the job. You don't need to do manually checking snapshots. I mean, that's what, see, all these things you don't need to do that manually. Maybe what you can do is, like, for example, I'll give you suggestions. If you are, let's say, I like your comments here. So what you can do, write a script, just do not do it on your production server. In development environment, try to create your on your personal laptop also, you can do this. Try to create a snapshot, try to check if the snapshot got created successfully, then try to drop an email or message to your teams, your email, whatever environment you are into. Try that. Then definitely you are going to come and thank me, bro. Thanks for the suggestion. This was, let's say, very easy. It can be, see, I'm not sure how many snapshots you are checking, or maybe how many machines you are checking for the disk space. If it's one machine, it completely depends. I mean, if it is like taking you 10 seconds, 30 seconds, I mean, if we are doing it every day, just count it out. Let's say for 1 month, or maybe for 1 year, or maybe for 6 months. It depends, like from for how long you are working. Maybe it will be useful for your team as well. You can, focus on some other important task instead of, going and checking if the disk is full, or maybe a snapshot was created or not. I mean, these are, the things that will give you ideas. Let me know. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe there are some other challenges. But yeah, you can put your comments out. Maybe in the end we can discuss definitely about your specific use case. But yeah, my suggestion is give it a try. Until and unless you try, you are not going to know. Okay, these are the kind of challenges, bro. We came across. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the next challenge. Let's say production mistake. Ignoring warning signs. I think many of you will definitely relate to this. I mean, I myself relate a lot. I mean, it actually happens. See, as a human, as an engineer, I mean, we are busy with working with, so many different things, right? So I'll give you a very simple example of disk space. For example, this is, let's say, a very simple example. We create alert rules. I mean, if something goes wrong with the disk space, for example, if you are using cloud or maybe on-prem, it doesn't matter. But overall, if you are using monitoring system, if you have, proper monitoring system in place, then you will create saying, okay, if this disk space is 80%, okay, I will say, okay, give me a warning sign. Okay, saying this is kind of warning, or maybe we have some other, names there. I don't remember the names exactly, but yeah, give me a one if you guys know. Just let me know in the comments. But yeah, disk space, we have a warning sign here. Okay, it is 80%. We get a message, okay, this is 80%. We say, okay, we have 20 more percent. It will go for 85%. It depends how you configure your alerts. Based on that, you are going to get emails, or let's say messages. 85%, another message. 90%, you'll think, okay, 10%, I'll do it. I'm working on one task. Let's finish this, and then I'll proceed it to another. Okay. This is, let's say, it goes to 95%. And finally, production done. See, it's not our mistake as a human, or as a DevOps engineer. That's how, I mean, we think, okay, this is 85%, 80%, 70%. It might have already happened, I guess, with many of you. But yeah, I personally, I face this. I was working. See, if you are alone, that's a completely different scenario, I would say. I mean, I was, working alone. So that's why, I mean, I think I have this. If we have a team of, let's say, 2 or 3 people at least, then at least one or the other person can, jump into that and do that work. If you are a single person, it's a bit challenging, but yeah, um, completely depends how you, let's say, define your work and, uh, let's say, something along those lines. So yeah, majority of the people will, ignore these warning signs and production will be down. So my suggestion is, please do not ignore here. Okay, because small warnings like this become major incidents. Okay, this is, let's say, one of the only let's say, alert I'm talking about. Disk space, it can be memory, it can be scaling. I mean, so many different, issues we see in real production environments. It can be any kind of, tools or technologies you guys are working with. Every tool, every technology, every system, every project has their own way of, monitoring stuff and failing things, in terms of, warning and other stuff. But yeah, these small warnings majority of the time become major incidents. I mean, I face so many problems because of these. These looks very simple, right? And also, how can we avoid this? Okay, we are doing the good job, alerting at 85%. This is fine. So my suggestion would be alert a bit more early. Okay, more early in the sense, at least for 70%. Okay, and start focusing on that. I mean, what was the reason, for that 70% usage? Start investigating already. I mean, don't wait for it to become 80%, 85, 90, 95. Because 0 to 70%, if it finished in some time, 70 to 100, it will go off, let's say, in minutes or maybe in fractions. Okay, that's the reason. Start focusing. Okay, what can be the reason of, it went from 0 to 70? Did something change? Or maybe we are writing more logs. I mean, there are so many different things you will get to know according to your own projects if you sit down and write it. Okay, then only you can start, improving that. And that's how you are going to learn. Okay, this is how we have to create an alert rule. Okay, this is how we are going to, tackle the problem. This is how we have to solve. If you write alerts very clearly, properly, then you will come across, let's say, I mean, there won't be any kind of, false alerts as well. I mean, majority of the, I mean, projects or teams we work, we, even I, okay, not only you guys, um we see, blindly we create alerts. Okay, we are thinking, okay, we are using Grafana, Prometheus. I mean, it's, let's say, blind trust. Okay, we are just using a tool, blindly they are going to create alerts. Or we'll get some recommendations from, the providers itself. Majority of the teams try to blindly follow. Okay, they gave the default sections. Okay, just create it and leave it. I'm completely against it. My suggestion is, whatever alert rule you create, that should make sense. That should trigger only if there is any problem. It's not like, it should not give you false information. This is how alerting strategy should look like. I mean, this is how I like to work. It's not like something is there. Okay, if the disk space is 80%, then just, fire an alert, sit quiet, let's wait for the alert, and then we can, act on it. It will, I mean, I personally don't like that way. Okay, I don't know about you guys, how you guys are approaching for this, kind of problems. But yeah, my suggestion, don't wait till 100%. Okay, if you have any kind of, comments, please definitely, you can write down in the chat. I'm always, reading your comments here. Okay, and do you have anything like a warning that your team actually ignores? I got a comment. This is setting up warning notification email 60 to 65%, and actual alerts 70% plus. All right, that's a great strategy, I would say. And also, as I said, please try to figure out why it is, let's say, reaching so fast. That will also give you a lot of, let's say, idea on how to improvise your alert, or maybe how to change your, the project or whatever you're trying to monitor there. This is very interesting. But one question for you guys: what's one warning that your team is, let's say, actually ignoring? Do you have anything like that? Okay, yes, bro. This is the thing we are ignoring. I mean, it can be a few years ago. It was maybe recently you started ignoring something. Something. It can be anything. That's fine. Started ignoring. Just let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? I am going to write down that here. In the meanwhile, I will try to continue before you guys write anything. I'll continue with the next part as well. So, majority of the times, no capacity planning. What do I mean by that here? So, see, everyone will focus on creating infrastructure, creating, let's say, building the pipelines, monitoring. Everything is perfect at for that particular moment. Okay, whatever I mean, teams do is, let's say, they try to focus on, okay, today we are working with 100 users, for example. Okay, these are just like the examples. Please, you can translate into your own projects or your own requirements. But yeah, we plan for 100 users, for example. Docker build cache dangling images for every build. Yeah, I would say please look into that. Do not ignore that. That can be cause many problems. Please go through why exactly it is happening. If you are ignoring for a long time, then it can work. I mean, for 6 months it can work, but all of a sudden, if you face problem, then it can be a very big problem, I would say. So make sure you check tomorrow, maybe Monday. It's up to you. Try to write a story for that, and yeah. So 100 users. No, I mean, whatever we plan. For example, if you are working on a project or whatever you're doing, you plan for 100 users, and it works perfectly fine. Then it will go to 500 users. All right, this works. And after some time, it all of a sudden goes to 10,000 users. Okay, these are, let's say, small numbers I'm trying to write down here. It can be more or less. That's okay. Just like an example I'm trying to give you. This is where the system crashes. Okay, this is where the system crashes because of huge traffic. Okay, why this will happen? See, as a developer, you were thinking about 100 people, 500 people. Even you did not assume, okay, all of a sudden there will be 10,000 users. That's a pure no planned growth. Okay, this is nobody planned, because I mean, see, the expectations would be completely different in the beginning. If you are building a product, if you are deploying something in production environment, you think, okay, only 100, then it will become 500, then all of a sudden 10,000. The speed would be so much. I mean, you did not plan for that growth. So how can we avoid such problems? Always, my honest suggestion here, always ask a question. If you are doing something, it can be not only in terms of the users capacity planning and all of this stuff, but in general, whatever you're doing. So for this particular thing, what happens if traffic doubles? Will my architecture able to handle this? Can it handle if the traffic doubles? The architecture, whatever I'm trying to design, can it handle? I mean, it can be in terms of source code, in terms of infrastructure, application gateway, load balancing stuff. I mean, it can be anything. So this is, let's say, the whole architecture we are talking about, not only a specific system or a specific part of the infrastructure. What happens if traffic doubles? That's how your mentality or your thinking while building a product. Okay, then where is the bottleneck? These are the kind of questions that we need to ask before building something. if you cannot, if you are, let's say, not the right person, maybe you can put it down to your seniors, or maybe your architect, or maybe your product owner, system engineer, or maybe principal it can anything. See, as a, let's say, engineer, you should not think that okay, only the seniors should think about it, or maybe only the architect should think about it. Even you have the rights to think. It's not like that you are going to implement it today. You're not doing that. You are just saying, okay, did we plan for this? If you are working in a very big project, or maybe if you are working in a people, many people are, let's say, trying to access your application, do we have that, already planned? I mean, how are we going to handle if in case something is not working? How are we going to handle? I mean, I'll tell you a very good example from my own experience. Back in 2015, I would say, okay, I was working for an organization, and then my client was, let's say, a very huge client as well. Uh, there we had the application. It's a very interesting thing, I would say. I would like to talk about it, but yeah, you guys can definitely relate. So we had almost 8,000 people. Okay, 8,000 people were accessing an application. It was a desktop-based application. Okay, so this application, I mean, see, what happened? We had servers. I mean, we can say a web server, for example. Okay, I forgot the architecture, but yeah, I'll try to briefly write down whatever I remember. I'll try to tell you. But yeah, we had a server, kind of a web server, we can say, and all these 8,000 people, okay, they used to uh, they used to launch their application every morning 6 a.m. Okay, every morning 6 a.m. they used to launch that application, and this the latency was a lot because the latency was a lot, huge latency every day. I'm telling you, every day it was like, I mean, early morning, wake up at 4 a.m., go to the office 6 a.m., log in, and you see 8,000 people are shouting at you. We were, let's say, a team of 3 to 4 people, I guess, four or five people, I guess. 8,000 people shouting at you, we cannot launch the application, we cannot launch the application, do something, do something. I mean, we did so many different things. Okay, for example, we used to start people, I mean, ask people to launch in batches, different batches. For example, it was like 100 people, or maybe we had multiple different floors, 5 to 6 floor building it was, I guess. And there were, multiple quadrants as well. In each block we had, multiple quadrants, quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And we told them, okay, launch it quadrant by quadrant. Okay, no one will touch it. Okay, we had, all the authority what the users have to do. No one is going to start their application. If you start, then I will tell you the story later offline. But yeah, launch it. They have to listen to us. I mean, they used to create tickets, and then we have to respond. They used to launch the application, and it worked. But it cannot be scaled, right? I mean, telling users every day, okay, you should not start, only this time you have to start. Okay, then what we can do? So we came with a solution. I mean, actually, I don't remember exactly, but because I was also new, at that point of time, I mean, I started my career around 2014, around that time. But yeah, I clearly remember what we did. So every floor, every quadrant, I mean, it was, let's say, Ubuntu environment, majorly Linux based Ubuntu environment. So we set up NFS servers. Okay, every day we used to release it to production environment. Every day, I'm talking about every day, we used to have so many bugs. Some bugs used to get fixed. And this was, let's say, very challenging problem. I mean, the server was, let's say, in the US, and there was a lot of latency, this web server I'm talking about. And then we decided, okay, this launching it quadrant by quadrant doesn't work. Then let's go with NFS solution. I'm not sure how many of you know NFS. Wherein, I mean, multiple systems can access. I mean, we are going to copy that particular release, and we change the application, desktop based application, to point out to us like specific NFS. I mean, we had multiple NFS servers there. So all of a sudden, I mean, it will try for the floor wise, I mean, we wrote some script there. According to the logic, it will try to look for the NFS server on their floor, and it will try to access that application. That changed, this launching problem every day. I mean, it was kind of a small thing, it might appear, but see, all of a sudden, 8,000 people are, let's say, shouting at you, okay, we cannot launch, what we have to do. I mean, everyone are, coming to your place. I mean, we had a separate room for us as an engineer to, I mean, IT team was, let's say, separate there. It was kind of operations team we were, let's say, supporting there. But I'm telling you, that experience was amazing. I mean, I learned a lot out of that, career experience, whatever I was into. But yeah, so we did set up NFS, and this NFS server, they used to use NFS to launch the application, and it worked excellent. I mean, I really like that, because see, I was very, very expert in Linux at that point of time. With respect to administration, NFS, and all of, I really like doing that. And my job was, let's say, to set up these NFS servers, and then followed by, whenever we build the application, we are going to copy that version. Okay, this is very easy. I mean, all around, I think we had 15 to 16 NFS servers, I guess. I mean, a simple script once again, which will copy as soon as we build the release. We are going to copy this using a script every day, cron job, that too. We don't have to do manually again. Once or twice, I think we did. I mean, if something goes wrong, then again, we have to troubleshoot that. That's a different story. But yeah, this is how we handle this particular situation. I mean, it was on the go. At least I think we worked launching it for a few days, I guess, not only few weeks. I mean, we need to get some approvals from the client and the engineers, and talk to them. Okay, this is how we are planning to do. I mean, we are the person who are actually working on ground there. I mean, the engineers, they don't care. I mean, they are not part of that location. They're from the outside. Let's say they were living abroad, especially foreign countries. So yeah, this is how we try to solve that problem. And I mean, I would say, always, try to do capacity planning. I mean, let's go back to what we were discussing. I think I slightly moved away from what we were discussing, but yeah, I wanted to share my experience. That would be very, very useful for you guys. Always, proper capacity planning you have to do. And also ask yourself, I mean, I have a question to the audience once again. Would your application survive 10 times today's traffic? I mean, I'm not sure what kind of environment you guys are working, but just try to question yourself. What do you guys think? Can it survive, 10 times traffic? If it comes all of a sudden, what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments. And I'm going to jump back to the next part. What do you guys think? Is it possible? I'm waiting for the comments, guys. Please be active a bit. All right. Then we can continue now. So, blaming the wrong team. I think this actually happens a lot, right? Blaming the wrong team. I think many of you can relate. So, for example, there are multiple teams: application team, you'll have network team, then you have cloud team, then you have platform team, right? Platform team, then you have DevOps team. I mean, according to the organization, according to the projects, it completely changes. I mean, it's not like every company, every project will have all these teams. I'm telling you, every project, every company, not only in a company, if you have 50 projects, 50 different projects, everyone will have different, architecture. Some will have all these, some will have only application team, some will have only platform, some will have only DevOps engineer taking care of everything. This is quite common. Do not think that, okay, if I'm working for a project, I'll have these teams, properly. Just, I'm trying to give you an example of this particular project wherein you'll have all these teams. So yeah, what is the problem here? Blaming Ram every day. Yeah, I wanted to see this comment. I like it. Yeah, this is, let's say, the real problem. Blaming the wrong team happens every day. This is very, very common, guys. I mean, it's not only you. I have the same feeling. Even today, after working for so many years, in the beginning it was, let's say, too much for me. I mean, at least for few years. But then I think I got used to it, how to handle, let's say, those situations very strictly to add some command over there. But yeah, blaming the wrong team. See, the problem is not, blaming this team, or any team. The problem here is customer is waiting for a solution. This is the actual problem. Okay, these teams, I don't care who is, let's say, going to take care of the problem. I don't care about, any team here, DevOps, platform, nothing. I care about this. Customer is waiting for solution. Who is going to provide that? So this is the problem we have to focus on. The thing is, every team, okay, everyone, I mean, every individual from every team blames someone else. Okay, this is quite common. No one wants to take it on their own team. This is common. I mean, I can, completely agree. See, even I work in so many different environments. I come across, okay, they say, okay, this is not my responsibility, this is not my responsibility, oh, this team will take care, that team will take care. I mean, everyone will tell their own stories. No one is ready to take the ownership. So that's why, how can we avoid this? First of all, why it happens? Because of no ownership. Actually, I created a full 30 days series about, uh, these kind of, problems as well. I mean, if you guys have time, maybe you can go check there and put your thoughts out there. I have 30 videos around, kind of problems we see. That's very interesting. That's also, I mean, I'm trying to discuss like this only. If you guys are interested, you can check that series, beginner to advanced, on my playlist. But yeah, because of no ownership. So how can we avoid this? Okay, how to avoid this? I'll tell you very, very good examples. Okay, just write it down, note it down. Delaying incident resolution. Yeah, see. Thanks a lot, guys. I mean, I really appreciate you guys commenting here, sharing your thoughts. I'm enjoying. At least few people are, let's say, commenting. I'm very happy. I'm not expecting, 100 people to comment here. But yeah, you are with me. You're enjoying this live session, so I'm very, very happy. All right. So how can we avoid? Okay, I'll give you some of the examples as well. Okay, if you come across any problem, okay, I mean, sometimes it's impossible to, look for that, but let's see. So what do we know? Okay, whichever team you are sitting in, you can be in DevOps, platform, cloud, network, any team you are sitting in. What do we know? Okay, and as soon as you know something, okay, ask first question: what changed recently? Okay, recently, I mean, something will definitely change. Some network issue, some firewall issue, or some certificate got expired, or maybe some infrastructure related. I mean, if you are working for a different cloud providers, I mean, you will not know what happened. Okay, for example, I'll take an example of Azure Cloud. We were working on something, all of a sudden something is not working. Over the weekend, they had some change, and no one is saying, okay, we did not do anything. But we are going to dig deeper into the problem here. We are not going to leave blindly, okay, this is our mistake. First, we are going to collect evidence. Okay, you should collect an evidence in such a way that whoever comes from the opposite team, they should get screwed here. Okay. Sorry for my words here. I have so many words. I mean, if you get a chance to speak offline, I have, great words and sentences here, but yeah, I don't want to use it live. This is going live, right? So I don't want to use anything here. You guys have, rights to do whatever you like, but I am, kind of a creator. I don't want to get into trouble here. So yeah, collect as much evidence as possible. Okay, if you have, more evidence, it will be more stronger. Okay, many people teams, I mean, many teams, let's say, I don't want to mention specific teams here. They say, okay, we did our job, they will not do anything. They will not even touch anything. They will say, yeah, did, can you just try again? And it will work sometimes. They will not touch anything. I mean, I'll tell you my own experience. Back in the, let's say, back few years ago, when I was, supporting this operations team, for example, they used to blame. I mean, if something is, let's say, a little bit slow, like this, the mouse cursor, if you see, it will move like this a bit slow. I mean, I agree, they face a lot of problems. But yeah, sometimes, wantedly they used to, create tickets. For example, wantedly they create tickets. I will tell them, even today I'm laughing for that. I'll tell them saying, okay, I fixed it. Can you please test? I fixed it. Let's say after waiting for 5 minutes, I'll say, I'll fix, I fixed it. And they say, I'll tell them, okay, work for 10 minutes, you'll get to know the difference. After 10 minutes, they say it's working excellent, bro. It's working excellent. So, see, sometimes I know, I mean, see, I'm coming from multiple different environments. I know what works, what doesn't work, who will not work. I mean, we can easily figure out who changed something. So, this was, let's say, I mean, I think I played like this a lot. But these days, I mean, I don't get the chance to play with people here. But yeah, that is also, another kind of fun, I would say, if you have that opportunity. But yeah, majority of the times, I'm telling you, majority of the times, people will say, people were, very happy with my work. See, I am not like, I will say, I did something. If there is genuine problem, I used to, sit with that particular person for at least for an hour and see, okay, what's going on with your application, or let's say the slowness and whatever, the problems they used to tell me. I used to sit them, and I used to understand, what's going on which change, for example, on which moment. I mean, it was kind of a desktop based application. It was kind of Java based application. Backend was, let's say, Java. Sometimes I used to go through the backend logs. I mean, I can, connect remotely and check what's going on when they were working on the application. So each and every log line I used to watch, sometimes hours, not only 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And I used to see, okay, on what kind of action these guys are facing this particular problem. Based on that, I used to collect a lot of information here. Okay, collect lot of information, logs, for example. Because see, I am not a developer. Okay, I mean, I was not a developer. I'm into DevOps, infrastructure, application support kind of role, you can say. I used to collect logs there. Okay, each and every log, and also the behavior, also the video as well, what exactly these guys were doing. And I used to create a ticket to the engineering team. Okay, engineering team was, let's say, sitting in Mountain View there, in the US. And there they used to, say, okay, Arbaz, you gave us excellent information. I mean, I used to go deep dive into the each and every log file. Okay, this is the particular problem, this is the particular action these guys, I used to give them the exact log files, attach it to the ticket, also give them the video recording. And the engineering team used to appreciate me a lot, saying, okay, you're not blindly, giving me, false information or something like that. I used to tell them, okay, I stood with the particular person, and this is the exact problem. If we solve this particular problem, okay, in that application, it was a Java based application. If we fix that problem, the productivity, every day they used to have some productivity. For example, it used to be 60 minutes of wastage for one person, I'm talking about. So into, imagine, if there, I mean, there were around, 5,000 people, okay, for one project. I mean, there were multiple different projects, multiple, but there were some dependencies, I would say. I mean, I did my job. See, if I give, proper evidence, okay, proper information, proper log file, the engineering team will definitely appreciate you. I mean, it completely depends, what kind of environment you are into. If the engineering team is, let's say, strong, I mean, they really want to work, they really want to solve, customer problem, definitely they are going to work. I mean, I was in an environment wherein it was excellent. Their job was every day, I'm telling you, every day we used to release the application to production environment and monitor. Actually, I got to know about the canary release and all of the stuff. I mean, maybe in other videos I'll talk about it. From that particular moment only, 2015, around that time, I got to know about that. I mean, I was a let's say person who used to do that canary releases, testing in the production environment, and then rolling back. That was an excellent, I would say, job which I was doing back in the days. So yeah, collecting a lot of evidence and giving it to the engineering team, they are going to solve that, and it can save lot of time. Not only time, that 60 minutes will go to their productivity. They are going to do more work. So my suggestion is not only blaming the wrong team, try to collect as much, if it is okay, if it is in your hands, okay, if you can see, okay, I can find out, I can figure out, okay, what's the problem, and provide this to the team. They are the one, who has access to fix it. I am telling you, go all in, give your 100% there, and solve it for once. Don't repeat that same problem again and again. I mean, you guys might have, something which is coming again and again. This is very, very common, right? If you guys think, okay, yeah, bro, we have something like this, yeah, definitely we'll look into it. My suggestion, please go look into that. Okay, this will save you a lot of time, and you can proudly say that, okay, I solved this problem, not only today, not only for your team, maybe after years also you can talk about this, the way how I'm talking even today. I did, let's say, many years ago, almost 12 years ago, I guess, almost. But yeah, even today I remember, what kind of, work I was doing, because I really like that. Okay, if you guys have something like that, please let me know in the comments. And also, do not play blame game. I mean, my suggestion is, it's just a waste of time, and also it's let's say customer is losing a lot of money, value, time. There's a lot of loss out there. So if you know something, say you know something. If you don't know, blindly say I don't know. This is not my part. This is what we did. Just give everything what you have. That way, as a team, I mean, we have to work, I would say. All right, let's continue. um, no architecture knowledge. See, this is also one of the common thing, I think. I spoke multiple times about this, right? So no architecture knowledge, what do I mean by that here? So for example, we have a user, right? We are trying to access using DNS. Then we have a load balancer. Okay, this is very simple example I'm trying to give. Then we have a firewall. Then we have application. Then we have a database. Now the problem is, majority of the people don't know how requests travel. So this is, let's say, very simple diagram. I'm not sure if you guys have seen my networking series recently. I explained everything in detail. It's still in progress, the series. I'm telling you, that's an excellent series, guys. Please go watch that, and also put your thoughts in the comments. If you watch the videos, I'm not, doing anything hands-on there. I mean, I did show it, like, exactly hands-on. First episode, we spoke everything 30 minutes. Then from the second episode, I'm showing you using the terminal what exactly is happening, why it's happening, how it's happening. Okay, you will learn a lot. If you are perfect in these things, I'm telling you, every Kubernetes project, every Docker, any cloud technology, you will understand everything in detail, and you can catch issues very fast. Okay, one honest suggestion, please go there. The problem, majority of the people don't know this. Majority of the problem, sorry, majority of the people don't know this. Let me write it down. Because of this, you are wasting a lot of time during incident troubleshooting, because you don't know what's going on, where the requests are traveling, where it is blocking, what to check, what not to check. This happens a lot. Many people, what they are doing, they are focusing on tools. Okay, everyone are, let's say, focusing on tools. They are not focusing on the systems. They are not focusing on the architecture. How can this problem be solved? I mean, if you are working for a specific project, I'm not telling you to remember everything. You should have high level architecture. Okay. How to avoid this problem I'm talking about? You should have high level architecture. Okay. This is how my current project works. This is how my architecture looks like. This is how the requests are, let's say, traveling from this service to this service, that service, everything end to end. If you have end to end service travel request knowledge, then you can solve any problems anytime. Not only midnight, not only in the daytime, not only when production issues come. If you have understanding, okay, this is how our services work, this is how the architecture looks like, this is how the requests are, let's say, traveling. If you can understand your own entire architecture of the project, I'm telling you, within minutes you are going to solve problems. Within minutes. Okay. So please always remember your architecture, draw your architecture, and make sure you understand the full flow. What do you guys think? Does anyone know your project architecture? Can you draw everything? What's happening within your project? Do we have anyone who can answer this? Do you know the project architecture that you are working on? I'm not telling each and every detail, but at least high level architecture. If something goes wrong, you know where exactly to check. So, do you have anything like that? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? We are almost done. We have last one more, I guess. Again, this is a very important part. Yes, you remember. Great, man. Thanks a lot for commenting. I see one of the our colleague commented saying he knows. All right. I'm going to shift. Yes, we have a lot of applications where data flows through. Yes, that's excellent. I mean, that's how you're going to learn, man. That's how you give value to the project, to your team, and also to yourself. Always, my suggestion is think in terms of project, customer, and yourself. Everyone has to grow, not only the project or the team. Even you have to grow. You have to learn how things work. That's my goal. Okay. Now let's continue with the next one. Treating production like a lab. I think this is very bad. Okay. Always review. Okay. Followed by you are going to test. And then you are going to deploy, monitor, followed by you are going to roll back as well. Okay. Many engineers, what they try to test things in production environment, which is very wrong. I'll tell you why these things happen. I mean, it's not only you guys do this, even I did this multiple times. I try to avoid as much as possible, but still the situation is, let's say, very bad because of, pressure. Okay, this is one of the reason. And deadlines. Someone else's deadlines are like, say, my deadlines. If some other team is not working, they do their job late, I am on time, I have perfect, everything is perfect. If they are not doing on time, they come to me, bro, please can. I cannot do anything. I get another email saying, okay, follow them. Blindly follow. If something goes wrong, it's not my my part, right? I'm not responsible for it. Keep that in written. That's how you're going to save yourself. Lack of process. This actually happens. I mean, blindly, we will not have any kind of processes. I'm not only talking about, one specific project. Many companies, many teams, many projects do not have, proper process. Every team should have, every project should have a proper process in place wherein everything is tested properly in development environment. QA environment, staging environment, then it will go to production environment. But this is how teams work, projects work. And my suggestion is, let's say, as I wrote here, we are going to review very clearly, test it properly, deploy it, monitor. Okay, these two are, let's say, very, very important for me. Monitor and rollback. See, monitoring is very, very important for every project, every service. Not only monitoring, if something goes wrong, roll back. Always. It should be reversible. I think I told multiple times about this. If you are deploying something in production, make sure you have a strategy to roll back as soon as possible. Not only fixing. I know everyone knows the fix, but do not do that in production environment. Always. I think I remember very, very clearly. Something went wrong and I know the solution. It's, let's say, very simple change. It's not like even complicated or, let's say, complex stuff. But I never do that. Never do that as well. I mean, for you also, I'm telling you, if someone is pressurizing, forcing you, don't do that. Take some time, at least a day, or maybe at least few hours. Think about it. Okay, try to test it properly, review it properly, and then do that fix. I'm telling you, if you think, okay, this is a simple thing, let's do it. Because of that simple thing, you are going to create multiple other problems which you don't know, which you are not aware about. I mean, it's, let's say, fraction of seconds or milliseconds, things will start failing. I cannot specifically mention, okay, this, if you do this, that. But see, in a project, in different services, you are talking to different services internally, you'll have a lot of dependencies. Anything can happen with just you. For you it is, let's say, just a small change, but for the project, for the architecture, it's completely different. So always I'm telling you, I'm stressing a bit this particular point a bit, because I know many people think, bro, this is simple, bro, let's do it. I am not going to do that. Okay, if you are interested, you can do that, but yeah, I am very seriously, I'm not going to do that. I tell my people to avoid that. uh, Definitely you're going to thank me a lot here, because see, always, I mean, the lesson here, let's say the key lesson I'm trying to put it out here is, let's say, production also deserves discipline. Okay, if you have discipline in your life, you're going to go very far. The same way, in terms of your production environment, your architecture, if you have proper discipline, proper processes in place, nothing will happen. No one can break your architecture, no one can do anything to you. Okay, so yeah, this is how we are going to avoid this. And one last topic, guys, I'm not going to I'm going to finish this. One last, this is, let's say, very, very important one. So maybe next, I think this is done, I guess. Maybe after few days we can think about talking about more stuff which we did not cover in this sessions, last session and this sessions. Next week we are going to talk about something different. But yeah, one last thing before finishing off. And if you have any questions, definitely I'm ready to answer them now. Hard coded secrets. How many of you have did this mistake? Hard coded secrets in the sense, I mean, you are using Git, for example. As a developer, you are going to push. Okay, you just do a Git push, and it has an API key. Okay, that too, you have a public repo. Just assume, or maybe for some reason your repository is exposed to the public internet. All right, production compromised. Not only in public repo, private repo also, you should never use API key. You should never store into the source control, because so many companies are getting hacked. So many projects, so many tools, so many AI, so much of AI is going on these days. So majority of the time production compromise. This is sorry, a bit cough. So yeah, majority of the times I think developers will take developers will try to take shortcuts, pasting their passwords or API keys, right? This is, let's say, yes, long back, not now. Yeah, that's great. Good to hear. Passwords and API keys. So, and also, majority of the time, no secret scanning is enabled. I mean, I think for you it can be, long back. I guess I got a comment saying long back, but not now. But that's fine. I'm not sure which thing you're talking about here. But even today, many companies come across these kind of problems. They are pushing their keys, API keys, because of AI, especially. It's happening a lot. How can we avoid this? How to avoid this? Never store secrets in source code. Okay, this is, let's say, one of the major point I would like to mention. And always use a secret manager. So it can be anything. We have so many different secret managers here. Every cloud has their own secret manager. If you don't want cloud, you have on-prem as well. I mean, there are so many different tools and let's say tools and technologies that are providing, let's say, hosting for secrets here. You can use that. This is, let's say, mandatory, no go. Okay. Also enable secret scanning in your repositories. I have another suggestion and another solution. I'm not sure how many of you use that. Try to create a script locally. Okay, a script locally. This would be very interesting. I mean, if you guys like it, try to apply it in your own projects. Before developer pushes anything from their local machine, their scripts get blocked. Okay, it will not let the developer push until and unless he will, avoid that particular file or the hard-coded script. Okay, try to write a script that will, block developers pushing the API keys to the repositories. Every repository should have that particular script, and it should run on the developer machine, not in the pipeline or other places. Locally, as a developer, it should run on your machine. Whenever you're trying to push by mistake, I mean, mistakes will happen, right? Humans make mistakes. So try to write a script that will block the keys before, pushing it to the repository. Script to stop secrets being pushed. So this way, you are stopping at the developer level this problem. It's not going to the pipeline. You don't need scanning as well, but still you have to put the scanning. I'm not sure how many developers are, let's say, strictly following that script. But yeah, this is how you can avoid it. And also rotate seek exposed credentials immediately. Okay, this is very important. On also, not only this, also rotate secrets frequently. Do not keep the secret, for a long time, let's say 2 years, 3 years. Rotate secrets frequently. Okay, I think that's it, I guess. Do you have anything to add? What do you guys think? Yes, bro, these are the things that we can follow. Maybe if you have something else, you can add that here. I'll try to write it down. But my final take here is most of the production outages happen because of one big mistake. Majority of the mistakes happen because of small problems that are ignored. I mean, whatever we discussed so far, in, these are, very few. I mean, I have so many different things to write down. Majority of the small problems that are ignored combining into a major incident. Okay, the DevOps engineers, the engineers are not the one who make mistakes. Okay, the engineers like us, like you, people who are, let's say, commenting here, are the ones who recover quickly, also make failure visible, and learn from incidents, and also make sure the same mistakes never happen. Okay, this is, let's say, the final take from my side. Now we can discuss about if you have any specific questions, or maybe if you have any experience to share, and also if you have something like, let's say, if there is any company, let's say, one cost that you lost because of, some mistake in your company. It can be, cost related stuff. If you have did that. All right, I can see already some of the people commenting their thoughts here. Let me share that in the comments as well. So for hard coding secrets, it's a complete compromise, but few scenarios I noticed the secret stored in environment variables that is not also secure. For Git, we have Git secret, and for cloud, AWS secrets. Yes, environment variables is also not the right solution here, I would say. Majorly, secret managers, maximum try to use secret managers as much as possible. That's the only way to make us secure. And I will also say that, also do not share your credentials, and also it's also a developer responsibility here majorly, that we have to take care, and we have to make sure whatever we are trying to develop, it should be secure. Okay, security should come within the developer, not like in the pipeline or in the architecture on the system. As a DevOps engineer, it's my responsibility to think securely. Whatever I'm trying to do, securely. It can be a simple storage account, or it can be uh, a secret manager, or maybe if you are creating a Docker file, it can be any simple thing. It can be a shell script. Whatever you are writing or thinking about it, make sure always security comes first. Okay, I have another comment saying Terraform Vault. Yes, you can use Terraform. That's what I mean. Any secret manager, any tool. We are not comparing any tools here. We have Terraform Vault, we have Azure Key Vault, we have AWS Secret Manager. I mean, we have Google Cloud related stuff. I mean, Oracle Cloud. There's a lot. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever suits for your project, for your team, for your organization. It completely depends on that. You can use anything you like. But security is, let's say, very, very important here. And do we have anything else? I see another comment. In Git, we have option called Git pre-commit hook, and GitHub, we have Git push protection. And yes, I think I was talking about this only, Git pre-commit hook. Thanks for pointing it out. I was mentioning about the script as well. I think, yeah, this is related to Git pre-commit hook only. Yeah, you can use that. This is, let's say, very good option. I think many teams, many projects do that. I have a question for you guys. What topic, I mean, should I cover next? I mean, do you have something in your mind? I mean, the people who are, let's say, actively joining my live, I am asking to those people. Do you have anything like, bro, can you speak about this particular topic, that topic? I mean, I can come up with that particular topic next week, most likely, or maybe in the following week. Let's see, according to, the interest. If you guys have any topic, bro, can you maybe speak about this particular thing? What do you think about your experience in this topic? Or it can be anything. I mean, we are trying to talk as many things as possible. I mean, majority of the times I am bringing my own um, do any video regarding Git. Hmm. So what do you mean by Git? Because see, I think many of my videos, for example, we are doing Docker related stuff there. I was doing Git. I mean, I was using Git. But yeah, I mean, if you want specific Git related, I mean, what we do, how to use Git and all, I mean, I can do that. If you mean that, if you want me to create videos on Git, I mean, I think yeah, specific only to Git, I think I did not do, I guess, on the channel so far, because I thought, I mean, many people have done that already. Maybe let's do it in our style. What kind of failures we can see in terms of like how I do for other videos, the problems. I think that would be very interesting, I guess, for you guys. Let's see. I'll think about it. I'll definitely plan, because this is a very interesting topic here, Git especially, and there are so many different things within Git itself that we can talk, um, and also day to day how, what kind of commands you guys use, and how to uh, avoid problems especially. Let's see. I'll definitely think about it. Thanks for Git conflicts and all. Yeah, like real time. Yeah, that's what. Let's see. I will write it down. Definitely, I'll um, talk about it. AI and security. AI and security topic. I mean, do you have any? Please continue. I'll come back to all the comments. Yeah, I'm coming slowly. AI and security. I mean, do you have any specific thing, bro? Can you speak about a specific topic within? Because see, security AI is, let's say, very huge here. I mean, we did AI projects, 4 AI projects. That too. I mean, that was, let's say, focused on security as well. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen those projects or build those projects. Please go and watch that. I mean, if there's anything a bit more detail if you give, that would be much easier for me to talk as well in the live. Okay, just you can write it down. If not today, maybe you can comment it down on the videos. I'll check it out from there as well, or under this live, maybe later on you can comment it out. It's not, I'm not in a hurry here. So next we have, this is the first ever, this is my first ever session. I'm preparing all the open source tools for DevOps. Even though I'm a DevOps engineer, I'm using company specific tools. This is my first ever session. I'm preparing all the open source tools for DevOps. Even though I'm a DevOps engineer, I'm using. Okay, I did not get you, man. See, yeah, as you said, this is your first session. I'll tell you one thing. I am not focusing on tools. If you go and check my videos, tools will come and go in a simple in simple way. I'll try to tell you. I think many of our colleagues already know what I speak here. Tools will come and go, but the architecture, the skills, the security, the networking related stuff, whatever we are doing, this will remain forever. Okay, whichever tool you use, I don't care, but you have to understand what exactly you are doing. For example, CI/CD. You can use GitHub Actions, you can use Jenkins, you can use Azure DevOps, you can use TeamCity. I mean, there are so many different tools, right? But that is not the goal. Learning the tool is not our goal here. Learning what goes behind the tools. So how you are going to design the pipeline, how you are going to build the pipeline, how you are going to secure the pipeline, how you are going to uh, let's say do quality gates. For example, use security related tools or Sonar Cube related stuff. So production grade pipeline. I don't care about any tool here. You can do the same stuff in Jenkins. You can do the same stuff in Azure DevOps, GitHub Actions, or maybe TeamCity, or maybe some other tool. I don't care about any tool. Every tool, same concept, same mindset, same production stuff. You should be in a position to design that. Focus on that. Okay. Do not go and learn every open source tool. There are hundreds of tools. How many you will learn? Even I don't know every tool. I'm working from past 10 years, 12 years almost. It's very difficult as a human being. Do not focus on tools. My suggestion, Manikanta, do not focus on tools. Focus on the architecture, system, thinking. How can you, develop? See, I'll give you one simple example. If you are listening here, if I tell you, please write a production grade pipeline and go use whatever tool you like, will you be able to write that? Okay, that should be your mindset. Projects, teams, companies use different tools for different reasons, different benefits every tool will have. Some wants to use Jenkins, some wants to use GitHub Actions. That's again a very different debate on project level. I would say you should do proper POC. You should get the findings, and based on that, everyone from the team will say, okay, write the pros and cons. There's a lot. I mean, to go talk about a specific tool, that's a different part. But my thinking is, let's say, think about how you are going to design a pipeline. This is, let's say, one example. Infrastructure point of view, you are going to use Terraform because it's a multi-cloud provider. Not only the tool specific, like how you are going to secure your infrastructure, how you are going to create reusable modules. That's what we have to think. That's how I tell my audience to think. I'm not going to focus on learn this tool, you are going to get a job, learn that tool, you are going to get a job. No, tools are not the solution here. Today you are working on Jenkins, tomorrow you'll work on GitHub Actions, day after tomorrow you'll work on DevOps, Azure DevOps. I myself, worked in with all these tools, whatever tools I'm talking right now. I work with all these tools. GitLab, I work with that as well. But behind the scenes, it's completely different. I hope I answered your question. Sorry if I spoke a lot, but I wanted to give you some reality about the tools, specific tools, for example. I think I already told we are going to do this. Thanks for the session. I'll explore more videos in your channel. Yes, please check. DevSecOps related project is there. CI/CD project is there. AI projects, if you are interested, please check that. And also, please, if you like anything, drop a comment. And also, there is a hype button. Just give it a hype, please. That will reach more people. Now, how to deal with vulnerability like image vulnerability or infra vulnerability after finding? If we don't have solution, then how to deal with such scenario? Oh, this is a very interesting question, man. How to build? I mean, if you can give me, specific use case wherein you don't have the solution. I mean, if you don't have the solution, better not to use that. I mean, whatever tool or image you are using, because see, not using is better than using a vulnerable image, in my opinion. And also infra vulnerability, if you find out something, you should be able to fix that. I mean, which technology, which cloud you're talking about. See, there is a concept in Docker called Docker hardened images. They're promising, saying, okay, they are going to give vulnerability free images, for example. I'm not sure if you know about that particular thing. I created a video on the channel as well, Docker hardened images. It's related to security. I did create that. Please check out the Docker series. In that, it's the first video, I guess. There's a Docker Home Lab series on the channel playlist. Look for that. But yeah, your specific case looks a bit different. If there are any vulnerabilities, I mean, you have to create an issue to that particular owner. If you are talking about the public open source repository, if you are talking about, please create an issue saying, okay, there is a vulnerability in your code, can you fix that? It's a high priority. I mean, you can write down. I mean, they also treat security related stuff a bit faster, but yeah, it depends on um, the kind of priority they have in their backlog. That's what I need more details to answer your specific question. But yeah, somehow we have to figure out that solution. My suggestion, do not use that in production. If there is any alternate way or alternate solution, go with that. That's how I can answer. I mean, according to your question, if I'm not sure if I answered you. Please continue interview series like Terraform 1. Okay, if you like that, yes, Terraform 12 interview scenario based questions. I guess you're talking about that video. I mean, I really like that. I think a month ago I created that. If there's anything specific topic that I have to cover, let's pick up a specific topic and talk about that. Because see, um, it will be better, I guess, instead of blindly I come with some topic. If you have anything in mind, okay, bro, can you go with this particular topic? Let's pick that one and continue. I think that's it. I guess I don't see any more comments from you guys. It was a very great session, I would say. I really liked it. In my point of view, also, I hope you guys learned a lot from today's session as well. We did 12 production mistakes. Guys, my only suggestion is try to add it to your own projects. Okay, definitely. You're going to see a lot of improvement. And one more thing, important point, it will not happen within a single day. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay, bro said that in today's video. It was so simple. I'm going to go Monday morning. I'm going to implement all of these things. It will not happen. I'm telling you, it will not happen. It will take time. It can take months, maybe sometimes an year as well. It completely depends on what kind of project, what kind of environment, whom you have to convince. All of these details. Okay, so please focus on that. And one small thing at a time. Do not go with big things. One small documentation part, or maybe something like security. Try to prioritize. I mean, according to your project, write down. Okay, this is the highest priority. This one we have to fix. Write down why we have to fix. Bring that point to your project team, or your lead, or wherever you are working on. And based on that, create a story. Go fix that. Small things can small mistakes, or let's say small improvements, will give you a lot of confidence, I would say. Anything small, write a simple script. Okay, that's how you are going to learn and grow in your career. We have last comments. I agree with you. DevOps are not just about the tools. I'll focus on scenario based debugging as well. Okay. System architecture thinking is also very, very important. Thank you for this live. Yeah, thanks a lot for joining in. I really appreciate you guys taking out your time, and also joining in and listening to my stuff. I really appreciate. Thanks a lot. Hope you guys coming back again for the next sessions as well. Let's see what kind of interesting topic I'm going to bring next week. And then like suppose I have 3 environments in company. What we prefer to create infra like Terraform, Workspace, or separate directory, because what I heard for a second, prefer separate directory. Yes. I'll tell you one simple example why workspaces are a separate directory. I personally like separate directory, man. Workspaces works well, but if you are working in a production environment, if you want proper reusability of modules and other stuff, and security wise, see, the only challenge in workspaces is, let's say, by default, if you, I mean, sometimes as an engineer, I have access to production environment from my terminal. Actually, I should remove that. Okay, that's, let's say, one of the point. But for some reason you are trying to deploy something in development environment, or maybe QA environment, and by mistakenly you try to deploy that in production. This is, let's say, using workspaces I'm talking about. Okay, if you do that mistake and try to deploy in stuff, deploy it in prod, or maybe assume that you are in dev environment and deploy it in prod, or delete something in prod, it's a problem. I mean, we do have other ways to stop the deletion as well. You can block the resource deletion in your resources as well. But yeah, that's what I mean. These are some kind of challenges that I see. I mean, in my own experience, I use separate directory only. I'll be honest with you here. Yes, agree. But if we use workspace, then we can have only one bucket. But using separate directory, we can have separate account and separate bucket. Yes, most likely I'll tell you how the architecture looks like. I mean, you have Terraform modules, you have multiple environments, then you will have let's say, most likely keep separate storage accounts as well. For example, separate account and separate buckets. I mean, separate container. It depends on which cloud you are using. Always separate it. Your state file as well in the bucket. Separate buckets only. I mean, keep everything separate, especially production. Dev QA can go together, maybe in the same folder, same container. If your company is, let's say, ready, if your project is ready, okay, we don't want to avoid, let's say, plan, we want to avoid strict differentiation between the environments. Do everything separately. That's the best secure way to deal with Terraform. Okay, I hope I answered your question. I think that's it, I guess, for today, guys. It was really nice talking to all of you. Hey man, you are keeping going on asking me questions. Let's keep it for some other day. This is, let's say you're asking about Terraform, then you're going to EKS. I mean, I cannot say that how frequently we need to upgrade EKS in company, but yeah, it depends on, again, we cannot, blindly answer for this question. It depends on the requirements, project requirements, how your team is, let's say, ready to upgrade, what kind of features you are getting into that, and is it, let's say, safe to upgrade. There are, list of questions I will ask here. Based on that, we will decide, how we are going to upgrade. Okay. So I think that's it, I guess, for today. It was really nice talking to all of you. I'll come with a, new topic next week. Let's see. And if you have not watched networking series, please watch that. And yeah, that's it, I guess, for today. See you. Bye bye.